Sir, can you able to hear me?
Hello?
Sir, can you able to hear me? We are on live now, sir.
Yes. I got the indication here.
Good evening, all. On behalf of Indian Medical College, I welcome you all to this online class. In today's session, we have Dr. PS Sharma from KIMS Medical College and Hospital, Amlapuram with us. He is having 52 plus years of experience in medical field. He'll be taking class on soft skills for doctors today. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening.
It's a great pleasure to have you here with us, sir.
It's my pleasure also.
Dear viewers, the live chat session is enabled along with this live stream. If you have any doubts, please type them in the chat section. Your queries will be clarified by him at the end of this session. Thank you, sir. Now you can share your screen to start the presentation. Sir, you can share your screen now.
No, okay, I will do that. You can see this screen, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I can able to see you, sir. You can start the presentation now. You can start the presentation now, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Indian Medical College online classes May 2020. Now, this is our program sheet for all the 6 days, for which our friends, Dr. Balaji and Dr. Ilango has planned wonderfully. And let me thank and special appreciation and thanks to Dr. Balaji and Dr. Ilango for their vision. See, Corona virus and this COVID-19 has given us a special chance to interact with each other in a special manner. All the institutions and medical colleges are conducting their own classes to their own students. But now, here is an example of the vision of Dr. Balaji and Dr. Ilango and their team of SRM College, Chennai, for sharing the knowledge and experience to all pan-India. That's a wonderful idea, a wonderful vision, a wonderful programming, and I sincerely appreciate and may convey my thanks to them for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you on this during this wonderful program. So I have already been introduced. So I am based at Amalapuram, East Godavari, Andhra Pradesh. This is my phone number and email ID. Now this will be my order of my presentation. First we'll be discussing the definition of soft skills, the need for it, listing some of them, explaining some of them in a serial manner, because I'll be taking up only one item today, others later during the course, and application of soft skills, how you can do it, and question answers later. Of course, at every session you can have the QA. And so this will be my order of presentation. Now, definition of soft skills. Personal attributes that enable someone to interact effectively and harmoniously with other people. Of course, a long sentence, but a lot of meaning. That means, so this is, we are in a society. So we are in the college. We are learning, we are interacting. And we need some skills so that we can interact with our colleagues, neighbors, students, superiors, family members in an effective manner. So that is the importance of soft skills. The need. Why we need soft skills is a $1 million question. Do you require them really or not necessary? Of course, there is no exam in the curriculum, examination for this item in the examination system. But why do we need them? Blending knowledge into action. I repeat, blending knowledge into action. So we'll be learning as students. Of course, students learn all the medical subjects during their course of the 4 years or 4.5 years, and also the paramedical nursing staff, and also the all other different fields of medicine during their tenure of training. They acquire knowledge, but that is not enough. That knowledge should go into action. So blending knowledge into action, we can say simply, that is where the soft skills come into action, play. So blending knowledge into action. So in the present high-tech society, everyone needs soft skills. Be a student, a medical, a paramedic, nursing, non-medical, or even the faculty members need soft skills for their effective communication, because effective communication is the backbone of our interaction, and that is the, I can say, the brain of soft skills. For the student, he or she need to transform the knowledge into action during the examinations. And another important thing is the soft skills, which is the most important for us from the student's point of view, is punctuality. For the faculty, they need to effectively communicate with their students, understand their feelings, understand their ideas, emotions, etc. What is important here is not how much subject you teach or taught them, but how much they understood. Hence, the need to check for understanding. So checking for understanding is an important teaching skill, and it is one of the important soft skills. Parents need to communicate with their children effectively. They need to understand their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions, their actions. Never force or try to inject your ideas into them. Guide them, correct them if necessary. Famous motivational speaker Shiv Khera said, "Great people do not do different things, but they do things differently." How is it possible? It is possible by blending knowledge into action. In simple words, learning into doing, by learning soft skills and implementing them. And this stimulates your common sense. So when I use the word common sense, it is said long ago, common sense is not common. I repeat, common sense is not common. So at times we need to use common sense, not the regular knowledge or the technical knowledge or the bookish knowledge. So common sense can be improved with proper understanding and implementation of the soft skills. Now coming to relevance to the medical profession. How will you correlate soft skills to our profession? Student-teacher relationship, just I was telling about it. The student has to interact with the teacher at different levels, maybe from the high school, college, or university level. So they have to communicate their ideas, clear their doubts, and in return, the teacher or the faculty has to guide, monitor, and he's the friend, philosopher, and guide to the student. So this is very much relevant into our medical field and medical college training in all the disciplines. Doctor-patient relationship. Nowadays, you see a number of cases in the consumer court. Why? The simple answer is poor communication skills, and poor counseling. We doctors, basically, we do not try to understand and think in the other man's point of view. So there is a gap That is why there is a misunderstanding or there is a gap which unnecessarily creates complications, especially, of course, if everything goes well, fine, no problem. But if something is wrong, and doctor is blamed. So doctor-patient relationship is another important area where soft skills, especially the communication skills, play a major role. The third one is doctor-to-doctor relationship. This is another important aspect in the present day setup. So of course, there are, even now, there are in some areas, I mean, colleagues, they don't talk to each other. They don't look at each other. They don't cooperate with each other. And on the other hand, they try to criticize the other fellow, which is a very, very wrong thing. A doctor to a doctor should have a good, friendly relationship, a harmonious relationship. And it is where our Indian Medical Association is trying its best to bring them together into one platform, improve fellowship and friendship, at the same time, improve our technical knowledge. Here also, the life skills, especially the communication skills, play a major important role. And lastly, doctor to community. Long, long ago, doctor is adored as a god. He is next to God. And doctor is consulted not only for any ailments, but also for so many other things. My grandfather, who was a doctor right from 1930 to 1970, he used to rather give advice to many of his clients in those days regarding their many other problems, not only the medical, the family problems, the advice to students, career guidance, marriage settlements, advice to marriage, etc., etc., etc. And a doctor is a VIP in the society, and he is involved in all the various activities in the community. So a doctor has to have good communication skills and also have good soft skills in the community to develop and maintain his relations in the community. Now, so these are some of the examples of the various communication skills which I'll be dealing in course of time. Effective communication skills. So the most of the important point in soft skills is the communication. Teamwork. Teamwork is another aspect where we have to work together, because you are not alone in the hospital. Let it be a clinic or a hospital, a corporate or a medical college or a teaching institution. You need to help others. You need to take help from others. Time management, because I'll be talking about that time management today after the introduction of this aspect. And time management is another important aspect. And if you manage your time effectively, you are a successful personality. Next is the conflict resolution. So conflict is bound to be there in a group. Conflict is bound to be there in a group of students. Conflict is bound to be there among a group of doctors. Conflict is bound to be there in your own family, between you and your children, your family members. But friends, we need to resolve them. You need to minimize it. You need to control it. And soft skills definitely is a conflict resolution is another important aspect in the soft skills. Flexibility. Flexibility, that means adaptability. You should be flexible in your ideas. You should be flexible in your thoughts. You should be flexible in your action and cooperate. Of course, it goes together, goes along with the teamwork. Next one is the leadership. Naturally, in an institution, the head of the institution is the leader. Similarly, in the house, the male partner is the leader. Similarly, in a classroom, the student leader is a leader. Similarly, at every stage, we have a leader. And the leader has to maintain his leadership, show his leadership, and conduct what is expected from him, and deliver what is expected of him. Next is problem solving on conflict resolution, another important soft skill. Problems are bound to be there. We cannot avoid any problem. So, I mean, I'll be asking, during my earlier training programs with the teachers and other line members earlier, in anyone in this group can say that I don't have any problem, right from your, from the beginning or whatever it is. No, there is no one, including me. So we do have problems. So, but problem has to be solved. Every problem has a solution. And it is said very cleverly and very clearly, a lock is not made without a key. That means key is the answer, lock is the problem. So there is no lock without a key. So there is no problem without a solution. But the only hitch here there is we don't know what is the solution. We have to find out the solution. We have to resolve the conflict. We have to understand amicably and resolve the conflict. So problem resolving or conflict resolution is another important soft skill, which we'll be talking about in due course. Ethics and etiquettes. Naturally, medical ethics we should follow. And etiquettes are the other general principles which we observe in the community. Creativity. So creativity means something new. So something new, out of the box thinking. So especially the younger generation, the present the present teenagers, our students, they are very clever, have innovative ideas. So creativity is another aspect. Humor. Humor definitely will add to your rather performance. For example, say, here is a teacher who goes to his class, continuously talks all the subject without any break for 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour, whatever the time given to him. No interaction, no questioning, only subject, subject, subject. Here is another teacher who goes to the class with a smiling face, greets the people, takes the subjects in a simpler manner, understandable manner, and giving a break, adding humor, interacting with them, asking questions, and clearing the doubts. See the difference. So humor nowadays is another important thing, which is very much necessary, which is very much lacking now. Humor relieves your stress. So humor is another important life skill, which everyone should adopt. Interpersonal relationships. Definitely. Person, of course, already I touched this point earlier. Interpersonal means, that means between person and person. Of course, we can also add here intrapersonal relationship. What is in you, within you. You can also should understand what are you, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. That also you should evaluate yourself periodically. So this is another important aspect to be considered. So these are some of the examples. There are others also may be there, but these are the most important items which we can quote under soft skills. Now, so with this introduction, my dear friends, let me take the subject of time management today. Time management, that means managing the time. Now, question to the group. Can you manage your time? Think for a while, few seconds. Just think, can you? Now, what is time management? As already told you, effectively managing your time in a useful and fruitful manner. Effectively managing your time in a useful and fruitful manner. Now let us understand the concept of time. Of course, this is from a banker's point of view. This I was told long ago. It is said that yesterday is a cancelled check. Yesterday is a cancelled check. What is the use of a cancelled check? It is not at all useful to you. Throw it away, tear it away. And tomorrow is a promissory note. Same effect. It's only a note promise. I promise you to pay you $1 lakh. Okay, but God only knows whether he pays the dollars or not. So promissory note also is of low value, but it's only a paper in front of you, make you a little happy. Not of use at all. But friends, today is ready cash. Make the best use of it. So if you have ready cash in your hand, you can use it in any manner. So today is yours. Tomorrow is not yours. Yesterday is not yours. It's gone already. Now, let us try to understand the value of time. I repeat the word, value of time. Value of 1 year. Ask a student who failed in the exam last 1 year. So he has to wait for another session, complete the exam, and all his friends have gone to the next class. So he will understand the value of 1 year when he loses an exam and the 1 year is gone. Value of 1 month. Ask a parent who has a premature baby. Normally, baby is delivered after completion of 9 months and 7 days. But some are born in the 7th month, 8th month. That is, they're called the premature baby. Or even before 7th month, 5th month, 6th month. And the chances of survival to them are very meager. Very few will survive. Premature babies, very few will survive. So, sorry. The 1 month, the extra month, after 7th month, 8th month, 9th month, that extra month will add more life to the baby, more growth, and all the organs will be developed. And we have a normal, healthy baby. So that is the value of 1 month. Value of 1 week. Ask the editor of a weekly newspaper. There is a strike, there is a lockdown. His edition has not come out in this week. So he will understand the value of 1 week because he cannot communicate through his weekly paper and 1 week is gone and he cannot get it back. So the value of 1 week is very, very important. Value of 1 day. Ask a person who missed the scheduled appointment or an interview. So you couldn't go there on the time, on the specific date, specific time, and you lost the chance. You missed the bus. Similarly, a daily wage laborer, of course, in the lockdown period, no works are going, no works are on. They have to starve and wait for the people to help them. So a daily wage laborer, he will realize the value of 1 day. Value of 1 hour. Ask any person who must or could not complete the exam, especially the students, because our target group is the student. So he was answering other questions. He couldn't find time to complete the other questions, so he couldn't get the minimum marks. Similarly, 1 hour. A fiancé waiting for his girlfriend or boyfriend. So lover waiting for his or her friend. That 1 hour will be 10 hours for him. So the value of 1 hour is very important here. Value of 1 minute. You are scheduled to take a train at 7:30. You are late, you are stuck up on the way. You are there by 7:31, the train has gone. So you missed the train, you missed the bus. So value of 1 minute is very, very important there. Finally, value of 1 second. An athlete who missed the gold medal in a competition, a running race, or whatever the performance it is. For example, see, we can recall PT Usha, who missed her goal in a fraction of a second. So friends, time is very, very valuable. 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second. Every item is so precious. Time is very precious. And time is, let us see the value of time. Time is one of the most important items which money cannot buy. I repeat, time is one of the most important items which money cannot buy. Friends, you can buy a watch, not time. So that is the value of time. Now let us see some of the tips for effective management of time. Number 1, set your small goals. You need not aspire for big things. A goal which is achievable, which can be completed in a time-bound manner. Number 2, action plan. To-do list. That means all of us should prepare a list in the morning. What I should do today. That to prioritize. What to do in the beginning. What is the first item? What is the second item? What is the third item? And so on and so forth. So an action plan will give you enough idea, enough planning strategy to complete your deed, your assignment, your work, or your study, whatever it is. Ignore the noise around you. Naturally, when you are concentrating, just don't worry about what is happening in that around. Compete with yourself. Compete with yourself. It's another interesting sentence. Okay. I could get 80% in my last exam, and I am the topper in the class. Okay, fine. Congratulations. So, what you should think, I should get 90% next time. But you are the topper. Okay, fine. So, you are competing with yourself to improve your performance. That is the concept there. So, compete with yourself and become smart. Because we are now talking of the goals, it should be here. Smart means specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So again, timely is another important aspect, which again, this is a smart, becoming smart, acting smartly with all the idea, the given indications. Be specific, be measurable, be achievable, be realistic, and time bound. And teamwork, as I told you, a best for time management, because you are helping others, you are taking the help of others, and you work as a team. You alone cannot do all these things. For example, I can very well correlate the present scenario of the COVID, number of people at a time to the hospital, so much of workload. And today morning we had a problem at Visakhapatnam, the gas leak. Nearly 200, 300 people admitted to the hospital in a very short time. And they have to be looked after. And here is the teamwork that plays a role. Especially teamwork is very, very essential in the medical field. A doctor cannot do all his job. He needs the assistance of the nursing staff, technical staff, and the paramedical staff. Decrease your stress level, relaxation. So especially I appeal to all the students, don't go on continuously reading hours together. No. So many of the students have the habit of mugging and reading continuously, night outs and all during the examination days. They relax all the way, all the months earlier, and last 1 month they realize and open up, and then they try to read for hours together. That increases your stress. But friends, you need to reduce your stress. That can be done by relaxation. Nothing need be done. Just close your book, just go outside, take a deep breath, see, enjoy the nature, have a cup of coffee, and come back. Then again start. And finally, don't miss the deadline. No procrastination. Procrastination means postponing the things. Okay, I can do it later. I can do it after 1 hour. I can do it after tomorrow. I can do it later. Just postponing the things. Sorry. So never, never, never postpone a thing which is to be done today. So remember what the banker's concept of time. Yesterday is a cancelled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is ready cash. So do it today. Anything that is to be done today, you have to do. And don't miss the deadline. You need to apply for the NEET. You need to apply for the PG NEET exam. You need to apply for the NEET under UG. And there is a deadline given there. So you have to submit the application in time. So don't miss the deadline. That can be, there's another important thing in time management. So friends, these are some of the important tips for effective time management. Now, this is a wonderful slide, which everyone should, if possible, you write it down, or you can copy it down, or you can review later also. 4 items are given: urgent, not urgent. And on the left-hand side, it is given important, not important. So you need to evaluate any item, any work, any problem, any action, and put it in one of the 4. Urgent and important, do it now. No postponement, because it is urgent as well as it is important. For example, an assignment given to the student by the faculty, and it is to be submitted by tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow 10 o'clock, you need to show the assignment to the faculty, your teacher. So it is urgent, it is important. So there is no question of postponement. You have to do it. Important, not urgent. Important, not urgent. Okay, you have 1 week time for completing the assignment. So you need not do it today, but you have to do it. So you do it next at your earliest convenience, but do it because it is important. And but don't know it is not urgent. Now, it is urgent but not important. It is urgent but not important. Do it later and delegate it to somebody else. That means things you need not personally do, you can delegate to somebody else. So you need, for example, say, you need some groceries or you need milk to be brought, because without that you can't have the lunch, other things. It is an urgent matter, an urgent requirement. But it is not very, very important. It can be delayed. So you do it later at your convenient time, or delegate it to somebody else. You need not go. Is somebody you can entrust to somebody, and they will do it for you. And lastly, not urgent, not important. Not urgent, not important. Just ignore. Don't attend to that. Examination days, somebody, your friend comes, say, let us go to a movie. No, say, decline. Sorry. It is not an urgent thing. It is not an important thing. Our exam is more important. So, not important, not urgent. So, friends, this chart will help you to decide what to do when to do. Is it urgent? Not urgent. Is it important? Is it not important? PAT. PAT means peak active time. This is another important thing which I am, I mean, very much, it impressed me because I heard this item in one of the lectures by our other earlier, other learned speakers in other courses. Identify your peak action time. What is it? That means peak action time means that the time during which you can do your work in a very, very effective and efficient manner. Is it early in the morning, say 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.? Or is it normal working hours? Or late in the night, after 10 p.m.? It is said that A.R. Rahman composes his best composings during night time after 10. And some of the poets and writers, they wake up early in the morning, sit there calmly without any disturbance, 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m., and they start writing their stories or the poetry or whatever it is. For example, my peak time is 6 to 8 in the morning. 6 to 8, I'll do all important things. 8 o'clock, go to washroom, get ready, go by 9 o'clock, I'm in the college. For students, I suggest early hours, 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Because in some of the colleges, 8 a.m. is the first hour. So anyway, you identify your peak active time and act accordingly. Do your best thing, important things during that hour. Tips for medical students. Time management in examination. You have a theory and viva, practicals also. Go through the question paper calmly. Don't be nervous. Read all the questions, understand them. First answer those you know the best. That means the examiner who is evaluating your answer paper will be impressed with your good answers and the correct answers, which you have given the first 3 or 4 questions. Attempt all questions, don't leave them. And coming to viva, be confident and courageous. Don't be nervous. Answer to the point. No unnecessary talk. Because unnecessary talk will drag you to more problem. So always answer to the point. That will impress the examiner. And finally, never argue with the examiner. Never argue with the examiner. Don't try to support your answer or your statement. And this is a wonderful quotation. I have taken it from the net. If you continuously compete with others, you become bitter. But if you continuously compete with yourself, you become better. I repeat, if you continuously compete with the others, you become bitter. But if you continuously compete with yourself, you become better. I was referring this already earlier. So you have to compete with yourself. You have to improve your performance. You have to improve your efficiency. You have to improve your knowledge. So compete with yourself. So you are your competitor. And friends, here is a small exercise for you. You can take take out your pen and a pad. Recollect one instance when you could successfully manage your time. Recollect one instance when you could successfully manage your time. You can also write it down later, but this is the question to you. You have to recollect where you are successful. maybe in the exam, maybe in the viva, or maybe in any other instance, in any activity and any program where you could successfully complete in time. Second question, recollect one instance when you could not manage your time. That means where you had the problem, where it has gone wrong, why I could not do it. So recollect the instance where you could not manage the time and also try to find out the lacunae and try to improve next time. So these two items will definitely help you to introspect, ascertain your ability, your talent, and your knowledge. So, friends, time. And the common mistakes we do in time management. Failing to keep a to-do list. As I already told you, you need to have a list of the items, list of the activities to be done. And if you don't have that, you do the unnecessary things first and important things will be left over and you can't complete. Number two, not setting personal goals, especially the students. Of course, the medicos, you have to have a goal. What after MBBS? Am I going for post-graduation? Am I going for service? Or am I going for armed forces? Or am I starting a practice? Or am I joining a corporate hospital? So there are many options are there for the medicos. Similarly, paramedics and other nursing staff. So after your study, what is your goal? Where you want to be? What you want to be? So not setting a personal goal is another important mistake in time management. Because if you don't have a goal, you are uncertain and you go on doing the same mistakes and your time is wasted. Third one, not prioritizing. I was just telling about it. What to do first, what to do next. So prioritizing is another important thing, and not prioritizing is a mistake that disturbs your time management. Multitasking. One thing at a time. That is what my grandfather used to take. One thing at a time, because human brain, of course, it is very, very clever, has the ability, but we cannot efficiently do many tasks at a time. For example, say I am talking, I am visualizing, I am hearing. So I am seeing, I am talking, I am hearing. I can do three things now, but I can't do more than these three. Similarly, you can take up one task at a time, not many tasks. Don't shoulder many tasks on your head at a time. One thing at a time, one task at a time. And the fifth one is not taking breaks. I was just telling you, this is very much relevant to the students. You need to take a break during your study, during your activity. Do not continuously strain yourself. So, failing to keep to-do list, not setting goals, not prioritizing, multitasking, not taking breaks. And if you correct these items, you are managing your time well. Managing your time very well. Now here is an activity for all of you. This I'll be just telling you. You can do it later after the presentation is over or at your comfortable time, wherever you want to do. Sit in a comfortable position, nothing in your lap or hands. Close your eyes, be calm. Count time of 1 minute in your mind and then open up when you think 1 minute is over. You can cross check with a stopwatch. So this is an activity, how you can manage your time. So can you manage your 1 minute efficiently, correctly? But friends, when we tried this exercise in some of the training programs in the other groups, only 10 to 20% could do it correctly. Others either were too early or too late. So managing time, of course, is in our hands. Managing time, some people may say yes, it is yes. Some people may say no. Some people may say maybe. Some people may say partly. But whatever it is, you need to manage your time, get along, and do your best. So, friends, and I sincerely thank the organizers for giving an opportunity, a wonderful opportunity to interact with all of you. And now over to the administrator. And thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful session. Sir, let's wait for a few minutes to get the queries from the viewers.
Yeah.
I will share my screen. Meanwhile, we'll have still links by our expert coming sessions. Kindly share our YouTube URL/college. You can record videos, www. I think there are no queries from the we can still query and be answered in our Facebook page. Thank you, sir. Informative. I'm closing now. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity given.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm closing this session now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Right. Bye.